This video was shared around talking about diversity and those Griftubers. I don't really know about those Griftubers. I'm sure they have their opinions, and I have mine.
Unless your game has only white dudes.
I see no problem with that. Life is Strange 1 casts are mostly white, and yet they are infinitely more colorful in personality and character than the diverse cast of Double Exposure. They're bland and forgettable. It's the writing that matters, not their identity.
If you have a woman, she better be hot.
Not necessarily. Max doesn't have to look hot. Clementine doesn't have to look hot. Plenty of women don't have to look hot, but it is a nice bonus that they are. Especially if they're a potential love interest. They have to be hot.
Back in the day, game development studios were primarily white dudes, and they didn't really think about diversity.
Because games in the past never care about diversity, right? Games in the past never had diverse characters, right? I also love the implication that white dudes can't think of diversity, as if it's only a concept that non-white people understand.
More and more people from different walks of life want to get into game development.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that if those people have actual talents in developing video games.
They're making the characters the people that they know.
I love how this implies that the majority cannot write minorities when they absolutely can, because people have this thing called empathy. It's a universal human trait.
It's nothing that's supposed to offend anybody.
I am less offended by minorities and more offended by trash writing. Obviously, having minorities in game development will lead to more minorities in video games, but that doesn't always translate to good video games. And that was the woke side of the terminally political coin. Let's flip the coin to see the anti-woke side of the terminally political coin. I'm not a fan of the Game Awards, but it's always a yearly tradition for me to talk about it and watch it live. Even so, this take is a bit much. This person tends to avoid games that win the Game Awards because it's usually a warning sign that they are woke trash. Wait, what? This guy's metric of woke is uglification of female characters for no reason. It's odd that he used Mary Jane from Spider-Man 2 because while Spider-Man 2 was nominated, it did not win Game of the Year. You know what? Let's check out the winners. There are only two games I would consider woke: Dragon Age Inquisition and The Last of Us Part 2. Both games are made by progressive developers and feature progressive characters. Also, by that guy's standard, both have female characters that don't look that appealing. Except Liliana, she's always hot. There are three games that I would put in the sort of woke. Overwatch's developers Activision Blizzard is woke, but their female characters set a whole new genre of animated 3D porn. God of War 4 Dad of Boy is not really that woke until the second game where they race swap Angerboda for diversity reasons, I guess. And finally, Baldur's Gate 3, because there are plenty of depictions of LGBT characters and you can also be one, but the female characters are attractive. I wouldn't have romance Shadowheart otherwise. The rest of them are not woke trash at all. The Witcher 3, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Sekiro, It Takes Two, Elden Ring. You'd have to be terminally political or stretch your arguments to consider all these games woke trash. So no, while the Game Awards pick questionable choices for their Game of the Year, most of them are not woke trash. That said, the Game Awards Game of the Year is not a good metric to judge whether a game is actually good or not, so just play the games yourself. Here's a hoopla about gaming and politics intertwined to an annoying degree. The Anti-Defamation League, or the ADL, recently accused Steam of normalizing hate and extremism. Millions of users' profiles are rife with all sorts of hateful imagery, with millions of users having extremist symbols and hateful stuff. Even mods couldn't escape the outrage from the ADL. Personally, I think most of those users are just really edgy teenagers. I don't think they believe the ideology. I think they just want to troll people, piss them off, and have fun with it. But the ADL published this whole report as if these fetuses actually meant it. That, or they might actually mean it and spread all the hate. I don't know what Steam will do from this report, nor do I know what ADL will do if Steam does nothing. Are they gonna sue them? Most of the images are of Pepe the Frog, which is classified as an extremist symbol, next to the swastika. That's just dumb. There's also the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee that made a letter referencing the ADL report and addressed the Gabe Newell. I love how he said that Steam is financially successful. It's like saying, nice business you got there, shame if it got sued. Also, I don't know why it's Steam's fault that the users are being edgy. Yes, they moderate the platform, but users being edgy happens in all social media, and banning them feels like reinforcing what they believe. You know what is Steam's fault? Banning Tokyo Clan Pool. Is it because the anime girls look too young? They're fictional characters, Steam, like those freaking Futanari games. Steam definitely has its flaws, like their treatment towards Japanese games, but they are particularly good in making hardware. Man, I really want to get myself one of those Steam Decks, or at least its clones. Seriously, what do you call those? Switch PCs? Portable PCs? Portable gaming PCs? I mean, laptops are technically portable PCs and they can be used for gaming, but PC implies that it has to do more than just gaming. Also, portable PC can mean a mini PC like NUC, slim office PCs, or mini ITX build PC, which I'm also kind of interested in doing. I guess we'll just stick to Steam Deck clones. Who is this for? Anyone that wants to have a portable gaming PC? It's for fake gamers and Switch port beggars! I don't know what you mean as fake gamers. I guess it's because Steam Deck and their clones are technically PCs, and PC is a platform for working, not gaming. I also don't know what you mean by Switch port beggars. Are they begging Switch games to be on PC, or are they begging PC games to be on the Switch? Either way, I don't really mind. I love how they move closer to just knocking off the Switch right down to the color. I see nothing wrong with that. It sounds like you're salty that this product exists. PC gamers are just losers, and this thing has no exclusives. No exclusives? Steam has plenty of games that are not on the consoles, or at least the current gen ones. What are you on about? Steam Brick is a platform that's almost as pointless as Xbox. It's a portable gaming PC. It's not pointless to those that genuinely need them. The Xbox is pointless because most of their games are coming to PC, and these are portable gaming PCs. Do the math. We have plenty more console peasant stupidity, mostly PlayStation fanboys that try to justify their PS5 Pro purchase. Armored Core 6 apparently runs better on the PS5 Pro compared to the Xbox Series X, which is nice, but it's still not worth the $700, $800 price tag for the PS5 Pro. Seriously, as long as it's above 30 FPS, most people will be fine with it, and if you're not fine with it, you might as well get a PC. This is why all the Xbox fanboys who try to cause FUD and buyer's remorse to us in the past 2 days look freaking stupid to me. It's not just the Xbox fanboys that are skeptical of PS5 Pro. Most people are. Also, one game working really well compared to other games and other consoles is still not worth the PS5 Pro money for the average players. The PS5 Pro should have had improvements across the board, but it's barely noticeable in my end, and it's still not worth the asking price. Oh wait, they have Aerith on the PS5 Pro and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm totally sold now. But I was told by PC fanboys you won't get better frames with the Pro. Yeah, well, that depends on what your initial console is and which games you're playing. If you're playing a PS4 game on a PS5 Pro, like Elden Ring, you'll definitely see an improvement in performance. But the same cannot be said to the capped 30 FPS Bloodborne. You won't see much, aside from visuals, I guess. Speaking of Sony, this next hoopla is annoying at first, but outrage-inducing later on. The latest PlayStation title that I played on PC was Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. It was a pretty fun game, but the thing about PlayStation titles on PC is that they don't have any DRMs, meaning I can grab them from the 7 Seas, and I don't have to sign up to PlayStation to enjoy my game. Or at least for now. Shame for those that actually buy PlayStation games on PC because they have to deal with signing up to PSN, and there are no signs of it changing. According to the Sony CFO Hiroki Totoki, PSN integration is necessary in order to ensure everyone can safely enjoy their games. Safely enjoy their games? There's this insane story of a Guinness World Record PlayStation trophy hunter who had his PlayStation account stolen and sold online by a PlayStation employee, which resulted in a ban of his account. That's the level of security that Sony will guarantee you guys with the PSN account. But hey, a PSN account is free at least, right? You know what else is free? Sailing the seas. Finding the pirated digital copies of these PlayStation games, own them forever, and play them as much as you like without Sony asking for some stupid PSN account that is about as secure as their employees' utter greed. Alright, enough about PlayStation screwing up. Let's talk about 18+ content. Something that PlayStation loves to screw up, especially if it involves anime characters or Japanese games. This person has a serious question. Can we watch real 18+ content as opposed to Dead or Alive Extreme, fake 18+ content? Okay, Dead or Alive Extreme is not exactly 18+, but you can mod it to be that way, and it's not something safe for the whole family either. But to answer your question, it's because fictional characters are just way better than real people. I know that's subjective, but that is the reason why people chose fantasy rather than reality. Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. You meant watch porn rather than playing the ecchi fanservice game. What's wrong with ecchi fanservice? You see stuff like this in The First Descendant. Do you think any of it is done tastefully? Yes. Why do you think it's not? Do you think it's to accentuate parts or narratives of the game, or to assist in anything else? Neither Dead or Alive Extreme nor The First Descendant have a focus on their plot, unless you have a different definition of plot. Even then, you don't really need any reason to justify fan service. It can be there for the sake of it. If you're annoyed by it, leave and play something else. A good analogy would be if somebody made every character fat. Nothing wrong with this idea either. Let people enjoy fat characters however they like. I hope you find something better to do than video games if it's not an expressive art form for you. Not really. It's just games, bro. It's not that complicated. Characters have irregularities that assist fiction. Nuance drives art. That's your subjective philosophical point of view. Not every art needs to be high art or have a purpose. 2024 bro is trying to say jiggle physics is for anything but fan service and porn baiting incels. I see nothing wrong with being any of them. Okay, being an incel is debatable, but fan service is fine. I don't see what's wrong with it. Moving on from fan service, we're gonna talk about hobbies and how they will ruin your love life and marriage. This was depressing. The OP screamed at her husband about his hobbies, and now he has changed. She doesn't know how to fix it. For context, the husband has plenty of nerd stuff like sim racing, aviation setups, soccer analysis tools, Lego sets, music production, all that good stuff. At one point, the wife then snapped at him and said that his interests bore her, he needed to get a social life, and even questioned why she married him. Wow, you are an awful human being. You deserve to have your husband change like that. That's entirely on you. She apologized multiple times, but he said that she might be right. She's terrified that he's considering divorce. Lady, that's the logical conclusion when you ask why you married him in the first place. You made it sound like you totally regret your life decision. Can this marriage be salvaged? Honestly, I don't know. The things you said to the poor guy would need a lot of time to heal, and even then it's not guaranteed. So for now, you're just gonna have to reap the consequences and live by the words that you said, even if you didn't mean it. Also, your Till Dear version of this whole event, saying that you criticized his hobbies, no, you belittled his hobbies. You destroyed the things that he's most passionate about. It's on you. I know you regretted it, but it's only a matter of time. And finally, here's an unrelated but otherwise still really funny post. I love this post so much. 250 words essay due by midnight, and I have no idea what to write. Bro, if your writing skills are this bad, you are in huge trouble moving forward in the academic landscape. Writing is gonna be a huge part of it, and you're not gonna make it. I wanna put you guys in perspective of how big the 250-word essay here. My YouTube shorts are usually around 200 words because 200 words usually mean 1 minute to how I pace my videos. For the record, I post 3 YouTube video shorts every day, and now YouTube shorts can go over 1 minute to the maximum of 3 minutes, while actually being classified as a short. In other words, I can go beyond 200 words for one short, and I make this content every week and schedule to post them every day. This guy right here just sucks at writing. If you can't even write the right word, be prepared to get an F on your report card. Here's a last resort. Even though I do not recommend doing this under any other circumstances, if you're on a tight deadline, you can just use AI and let them write for you. I mean, you're gonna be dumber as a result and learn nothing from it. You basically cheated that assignment, but at least it's finished. Seriously, if you're gonna use AI, use the AI to help, not to write the whole thing for you. But if you're at a pinch and you're on a tight deadline, manage your time better next time so you don't have to resort to these robots doing the work for you. As my brother's friend said, you paid for this education, you paid to be educated, so get educated. And that's all for the video today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to the end, here's a cat. And also huge thanks to all these wonderful sponsors. You are all fantastic. If you want to see your names among these legends, then check out the links below, just $1. And you have support this channel a lot. Seriously, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my ABB Show stream channel, link below, go subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.